on easel number 1, we have Stuart Simmons. Stuart is primarily a caricaturist, and it's interesting in this kind of setting when it's fully open topic tonight. So we're curious whether they're going to paint a portrait or something completely different. Give it up for Stuart Simmons.
Yeah.
On easel number 2, we have Bin-Soo Chung. His work is characterized by the colors red, beige, and black, and heavily inspired by traditional Japanese art. Min-Soo is both a digital and non-digital artist. I'm good at this, right? Give it up for Min-Soo Chung! On easel number 3, we have Oksana Daniluk. Oksana's work is very bright and vivid. It could be street art, but it's not quite that. It's something you would hang on a wall for sure and you'd find in a gallery. Give it up for Oksana Daniluk. On easel number 4, we have Lee HD. So, Lee Hybrid Desire is a festivity of rainbows in street art. They celebrate their individuality in their art, and we're curious whether their piece tonight will be personal or something completely different. Give it up for Lee HD! On easel number 5, we have Julian Arjaz! It's a bit naughty of us because Julian is a champion of Art Battle London. In fact, he is the first ever artist to win Art Battle London. Give it up for Julian Arjaz! On easel number 6, we have Addie Aspid! Addie Aspid does many different things, as well as fashion illustration, design, digital art. What does she not do? Working primarily in inks and monochromes, their art is, let's just say their figures have a very distinctive shape on a canvas. You'll see, or maybe not, depending what they'll decide to paint. Give it up for Addie Aspid! I'll be ready for a countdown. Okay, now that I have everyone's attention, this event is sponsored by De La Rowney, a paints brand that has been around since the 1700s. Give it up for De La Rowney! Okay. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let's paint!
Underway at the first round of Art Battle London. This is very exciting, folks. We've got a great few rounds of amazing painting and competitive painting at that. Art Battle is one of the only places, if not the only places worldwide where you can find an event like this. Competitive painting. It's ruthless. And we've got 20 minutes on the clock in this first round. Get ready. Right now, we are currently on Julian Arjaz's canvas. Julian, I just heard, was the first ever to win the London Art Battle event. So let's see if he can get some votes again tonight and razzle-dazzle the crowd. All right, let me see if I can see that name tag and see where we're at here. Okay, can't quite tell the name at the moment, but we are looking at what appears to be some abstracted cats. I love the color scheme going on right now on this canvas. A very interesting approach with these curious little shapes that are popping up on the canvas here, and it's going to be so exciting to see what exactly they come up with here. I would also note that the shirt that this person is wearing, again, I haven't quite seen the name tag yet, so I'm unsure of, but they're wearing a shirt that kind of almost emulates the style of what they've got on the canvas. All right, and we are here looking at a very illustrative style. Looks like the artist has got a reference photo from their sketchbook, rather, that looks like they're trying to expand upon here on the canvas before our eyes. Yes, indeed. The magic is afoot. It's always so exciting to see the way these canvases take shape over the rounds, and just to see the expansive imagination that these artists bring to their canvases. All right, and we are moving right along, and we are at Stuart here on canvas number 1. Stuart does caricature style with illustration, graphic design, visualizing, and all kinds of great things. So it'll be very exciting to see what he comes up with this round. Looks like the vibes are great there today at Brickworks Brewery. They're in London, UK. By the way, my name is Tyson Cody, I should have said, and I am tuning in from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. That's why I talk so strangely. And so I'm happy to be here hosting the online stream of Art Battle. It's always such a pleasure to tune in because these events are really like nothing else. It's so amazing to see the artists competing in this bloodthirsty competition, to see what they come up with and see who will move on to the third and final round. Because as you may know, 2 artists from each of the first 2 rounds will move on to the third and final round to see who is the victor tonight. All right, and I think we're with an amazing style here being depicted. I love this portrait that's emerging, and the artist here is using all markers so far, so that's an awesome approach to the canvas and to the image. It also looks like they've got a reference image on their phone that they are bringing to life. Love the use of color here. I believe this is VHD. Just mashing those pens, getting them activated. It's so cool to always see the paces that the artists take to their canvases. Some will cover a lot of the canvas in a short amount of time, and then bring many details to life in the last moments of the round. And then some will spend a lot of time at the start with meticulous detail, and then kind of scramble at the end. Everybody's got a different approach. Always so exciting to see. And this is the Wild Card Painter. And they are doing something very interesting here. Sort of a Gothic boudoir, elegant portrait here. You can get the name of this artist because I would love to name her. But she is really bringing a very dynamic and expressive image to the canvas here. And if any of these paintings are standing out to you, folks, be sure to tune in to artbattle.com/AB2469 to cast your votes. So this is the only way that the artists are going to move on to the next round. And if you want to see them paint again, well, it is up to you, folks. So be sure to cast your vote. Sometimes the rounds go quite neck and neck, and it really boils down to a couple of votes. So every vote counts.
Say hi to yourself.
And we're cruising around here. Back to Julian. Awesome sort of hip-hop style going on here. Again, another artist using markers. This is a theme for the night, so it's a battle of the markers. Always exciting to see what weapons of choice these artists bring into battle. As there can only be one winner. Uh-oh, we got camera versus camera. Always fun to watch the people in the crowd as well. But really, you can't beat watching these artists at work. The way they bring their personality and individuality to the stage. Often these artists are, working away in their studios or wherever it may be that they are creating their art, but rarely are these artists in front of so many people hungry for combat. Yes, indeed. It's an exciting vibe here at Art Battle London. This artist is taking their time creating this composition with these Very intriguing little shapes here. Ooh, love the scene that's transpiring here. And we are with Minsu. And Minsu focuses on red, black, and beige tone pieces. Her other focus is on botanical and human studies. So we shall see if, I think we're getting a bit of a botanical scene taking shape here. And we'll see before the round is done in the next 11 minutes whether Minsu decides to bring in any humans into this scenery that she's depicting. And back over here with Stuart. Very cool. Yeah, it looks like Stuart is keeping with his typical caricature style here. I'll be looking carefully to see if anybody in the audience was the one who was captured in this portrait by chance. Who knows? Or perhaps it's somebody identifiable. Now that I think about it, we're seeing some religious iconography here. I see a couple crosses. This could be a priest or a pope, perhaps. I noticed that Stuart here has got a glove on, which is likely to prevent the smudging of his hand resting on that canvas. Make sure that the ink doesn't go all across the canvas here. So many markers being used. If I didn't know any better, I would have guessed that perhaps it was a marker night here at Art Battle London. And who is in control? It's a great question, and a very awesome color palette that she's brought to the canvas here. Love the bright yellow and the eggplant purple. It's all very much popping quite strongly off the canvas. And, you know, colors that are high in saturation, or canvases rather that are high in saturation, often do very well with the votes with the audience. So we shall see. You know, maybe she will be the victor of this round, or one of the two winners. We shall see. Only time can tell. Only time and yourselves at home can tell, folks. So be sure to get your votes in. And right, we are back with Lee HD, and I love the range of colors here. And even just in that limited area of the canvas, on the ear there with the sort of pink and purple blending into one another, it's very enticing. And still so much of the canvas has yet to be filled or even touched. So we shall see if Lee HD will leave it more sparsely, or in the 8 minutes fill in these gaps and really kind of satisfy our deep wondering of what will unfold on this canvas. We're back with the mysterious wild card. Still haven't received the name, and I am so curious because this artist is absolutely slaying the canvas. Slaying, I say. Yes, indeed, in the field of art battle. This could be the winner. Only time will tell. Only 7 minutes and 22 seconds will tell. All right. As it turns out, this person's name is Addie Aspid. And I love the vibrant color and the what appears to be a sort of a dominatrix character taking shape here, and quite the striking imagery. And I hope that the imagery will resonate with the crowd there at the Brickworks Brewery today, and hopefully get her some votes. Perhaps Addie, the wild card, will be moving on to the final round tonight. Be sure to get your votes in, folks. artbattle.com/AB2469. Oh yes, oh yes. Still so much of this round left to go. Still so much can change on these canvases. We shall see how this goes. All right, and we are cruising around the room. making our way merrily on, right on back to Mr. Julian Artjaz. And as I mentioned before, Julian Artjaz was the first artist to win Art Battle London. So we shall see. Maybe he'll come for a little bit of vengeance and get her done again. We shall see. I'm loving the bold lines, the bold color choice. Only 2 colors so far, pink and black. Keeping it simple, but really compensating for the limited palette with such bold execution on these lines. Pretty cool, I'd say. Painting here. I love the color palette, and I think that just the camera doesn't quite capture all of the little details that are going into it, but I look forward to seeing more of that by the end of the round here. Still 4 minutes and 20 seconds left. And we're seeing here some of Minsu's quintessential botanical scenes. Looks like some flowers growing from a tree branch, and almost a Tim Burton-esque curl to that branch there. Sort of brings it into a sort of a gothic element, which is quite appealing. And exactly the kind of thing that would go great on a wall at home to create a little bit of atmosphere, perhaps in a den or a living room, or even an artist's studio, you know. And folks, with that, I can let you know that these paintings and works of masterful art could be yours. Yes, indeed. So be sure to participate in our auctions. And you don't even need to live in London, Ontario, or rather London, England, London, UK. No, folks, we will ship these works of art to you. So be sure to get your bids in on our auction at artbattle.com/AB2469. And Stuart is adding more and more lines, more and more texture and detail to this awesome portrait here, the King of Queens, 2023. I think there's probably a little parody going on here. I haven't quite tapped into the reference yet, but I think that it might be a reference to a pop culture figure.
King Charles's face, but his nose is in one of his massive fingers.
Having a little conversation. Little does he know, we're in the last 2 minutes and 20 seconds of critical moments in this first round of Art Battle London. So that was generous of him to engage in a conversation, and let's hope it doesn't throw his game off. He's got to now catch up for those lost moments. But who knows, perhaps he was just talking to a potential client who would like to make this King of Queens image his own. Roxana. Love the color scheme, and I love the details that she is bringing in to really tie this piece together in the final moments.
Just a reminder, do one more circle in a clockwise direction, everybody. Get all this art.
I especially love the use of the purple color to kind of create a shadow and almost like a frame around the portrait that doesn't fully extend to the edges of the canvas, leaving another lighter colored frame, which just creates a very nice dynamic composition. We are approaching our final moments. Just about 40 seconds left of this round, folks, so be sure to get your votes in. If you've got a favorite that you've been watching come into existence, brought to life by these genius artists, be sure to cast your vote. Every vote counts, and you could be sending that artist, your favorite artist of this round, forward to the final round this very evening. Oh, wow. I love what we're looking at here. From Lee HD, such a cool style here. A similar kind of comic book style. There's definitely been a distinctive artistic through line for a lot of these artists. Similar techniques and mediums used. It's very neat to see. And that's really what makes this kind of event so special, is to get a real intimate look at the way that these artists work. And we're back with the wild card. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, 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 wow. Addie Aspid, absolute smashing it. Such a cool, fiery image here. Certainly to wow the crowd and very likely capture some of those votes. Who knows? Maybe she'll be moving on and we'll see another devilish dominatrix on a canvas by the end of this round, by the end of this night. And the votes are coming in, and it is looking really close, folks. So make sure you are hopping onto your device at home and casting your vote. We're really counting on you here. And I want to say thank you so much for tuning in as well. It is great to have you at home from wherever you may be. Maybe you are at work sneakily watching this because you just can't get enough of Art Battle. And we want to say thank you so much for tuning in.
10, 9,
artists are putting in their final touches.
6, 5,
The crowd looks enthused.
1. Brushes down.
Oh yes, oh yes.
Cleanup crew, come and help out.
And there we
Please
have it.
put your brushes, if you are using brushes, downwards
The
into
end
your
of
cups
round
so that they
one,
may be
Art
washed.
Battle
Collect them
UK.
upstairs once
What a
they're
round,
clean.
what a
And if you could clean up your stations,
amazing
that'd be great.
array of pictures
Paintings
that
will
were
be stored
dashed
in
onto these
the
canvases
photo
with
booth
such
area, so you
skill
can
and talent by these
decide and
artists.
vote in the next 10 minutes.
So cool. It's also very worth noting that artists, are really confined to a limited amount of time with 20 minutes only in a round. So, whether or not an artist will proceed with the, to the next round doesn't necessarily mean that they are the best all-around artist. It just means that they have thrived within the 20-minute confines that are placed in this art battle. So it really is quite exciting and unusual in many ways for these artists. Well, folks, we will be back with the second of 3 rounds for Art Battle London. So be sure to cast your votes. Participate in the online auction if you want to take home any of these fine pieces of work, and we will be back with you in a few minutes for the next round of exciting live competitive painting. My name is Tyson Cody, and we'll be back. Thank you so much.
Okay, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's paint!
All right, and we are underway for the second round, and we are on a very interesting, very gestural approach to the canvas here. I often joke about the palette knife being the artist's sword that they bring into battle, because of course this is Art Battle London, and we are seeing these painters compete before our eyes for the glory, for the victory. Yes, indeed, 2 artists from each round will plow on to the third and final round to see who is the winner of the competition tonight. And we're looking at Giselle here. I think we are seeing some drawing there on the canvas. Everybody starts the canvas very differently. Giselle here is being very meticulous with her approach, almost mapping out the composition. Can't wait to see what's going to transpire in the remainder of this round. And we're cruising through the crowd here. The vibes look awesome. Looks like such a fun event there. And we are at the wild card. This is, I believe, Sonics or George N. Very cool. Talk about different approaches to the canvas. The wild card here decided. The top right corner, that's green. And so it was. And it really just naturally begs the question, what will become of the remainder of this canvas? Well, time will tell, folks. So stay tuned. You're watching Art Battle London. Oh yes, oh yes. The paint is flying. The brushes are sweeping across the room like an Excalibur, and fast tracking along as the camera stream catches up. And we're looking at the wild card number 2. Now this could be George here, or no, probably more likely Sonics. Wow. Love this shape. It seems like perhaps Sonics took a wide brush and dashed it across the canvas, creating these shapes, and now she's adding some darker contour to bring solidity to these shapes. Always so fascinating to see the different techniques that artists bring to their canvases. It really is a one-of-a-kind, behind-the-scenes look at their approaches. And you know, it's so neat because these paintings could be yours at home, folks. You could actually be the owners of these paintings by participating in the auction. That's right. So if you tune over to artbattle.com/AB2469, you could cast a ballot and you could own any of these paintings, including the featured artist here. All night long on this very intriguing cartoonish composition here with a very well, the main face in the middle just looks like they're in a really precarious position between planes of existence at the moment, and I wish them well, but it sure is fun to watch. And we're cruising around the room. They've really got it spread out. It's interesting to always see the different ways that different cities produce these events. And it's especially cool to be here tonight, tuning in to Art Battle London at the Brickworks Brewery. And holy smokes, holy tamale, we are looking at a big old canvas covered in pink. Wowza, love it. So vibrant, what a splash of color, bringing a whole lot of life and excitement to this stream right now. So thanks for tuning in, folks. Thanks for watching. We are able to see magic unfold here. And look at this, a figure emerging from the pink ethos. So exciting to see. This is the magic of live competitive painting. Just having so much fun with this canvas. Tomas is just absolutely killing it, being so deliberate, but also very loose and expressive with the approaches, and quite a range of approaches he is deploying here. As you can see now, he's actually using the applicator from his little vial of paint to dip and dab some painting there. And we are over here again with Daniela. So good to see that name nice and clear, and so good to see how this paint is unfolding. Wow. This is so cool to see the range of faces that have now popped into existence on the left hemisphere of this painting. Another nice little glimpse of the crowd there, and we're right back. Getting such a good look at these awesome, almost abstracted line drawings. It looks like, oh, they're so cool. And it's such a contrast of styles. The far left, these rudimentary portraits stacked almost geometrically against the lateral strokes of the right. I'm very keen to see how the remainder of this round unfolds. All right, Giselle, bringing forth into existence this ethereal portrait. The contours are gentle. The shading is we'll say in a sepia tone. There's a gentle atmosphere, and then there's curiosity about the figure down on the right, with the black markings. Something is unfolding before our eyes, and oh, we're getting a little glimpse of the reference photo there. A little foreshadowing of things to come. And again, some more foreshadowing here, getting a glimpse of her color palette. Yes, indeed. This is the exciting thing about watching these paintings unfold, is the wonder of what will take shape and what is what exactly. You know, we can make all the theories and hypotheses about what we're looking at. Like right now, the thing on the bottom right looks sort of like a little man holding a spear, and he's taken a seat, perhaps a rest from hunting. But again, only time will tell, and these artists are drawing us in. Okay, and we are back over with George, the wild card. Keeping it simple, keeping it stylistic with this triple color stripe here. Hey, we got the white right down the middle, we got the green in the top right, and we got the brown top or bottom left. Who needs more? I'm satisfied. Friggin' A. And it is always so cool to see these wild cards brought up into action, you know, because they were not planning on painting tonight. They put their name in a draw, or perhaps one of their loved ones, maybe one of their enemies, put their name in a hat on their behalf, and they, by chance, by alignment of the stars, were chosen. And here they are painting before our eyes. London, UK, we are live. This is Art Battle. Thank you for tuning in, folks at home. And thank you, everybody who has previously cast your vote in the last round. You know, every vote counts, and we will be, again, asking for your votes for this round to send two of these artists on to the final round. And wow, wildcard. Wildcard indeed. Sonics. Cheeky. Cheeky indeed. My oh my. I'm blushing, or maybe it's just the painting. I'm not really sure. Love the color scheme. You know, it's a real crowd pleaser as far as strategy goes. It's often, you know, important to keep that in mind. This is a ruthless competition. These artists are competing, they are battling, no less, to capture your votes. And Sonics here has deployed a secret weapon into battle to capture your votes. Time will tell to see who is the winner of this battle. And Frankie tuning in to the featured artist tonight. And this is a great example of seeing an artist doing a long form piece of work as opposed to an artist who's cranking one out in just 20 minutes. Because again, these rounds are just 20 minutes and the artists are thrown out of their comfort zones, thrown out of their studios or wherever it may be that they usually do their art. Could be on a wall down on a bridge or a piece of infrastructure. I won't tell. But the point is, this is unusual circumstances these artists are painting under. They've got the pressure of the crowd, the pressure of the competition, and the pressure of their reputations as well, folks. Lots at stake here. Wow. Oh, it is so good to be back here at Violet's vibrant violet canvas here. Violet in name, violet in hue. What can you do but admire this amazing piece of work that is zapped here, I'll say. I think it is zapped here onto the canvas and into our eyes, really. And into our hearts. It's giving X-Men, it's giving ethereal goddess being, it's giving, you know, being hit by lightning, as rare as it is, it does happen, folks. So perhaps what is being painted before our eyes is a person on their very worst day, juxtaposed against a beautiful explosion of light. Really makes you think. And that's what the special thing is about these pieces of work. We're back with Thomas, and he's working it indeed, and making me think that is a really cool composition. And I love the use of black to create the hyper contrast against the almost dainty pink. You know, it's giving cyberpunk. I'm getting almost like a graffiti style. Very cool stuff. Getting down to the details, folks. So exciting to see the last moments, the last minutes of these rounds, where these artists, under the bind of dwindling time, pull out from their scabbards the swords of resourcefulness, of ingenuity and inspiration, and slash. They but slash these swords onto the canvas, creating works of mastery that you can vote for, folks, at artbattle.com/AB2469. Awesome. Just so friggin' cool. I am a fan of this Daniela. Love the innovative use of this canvas here. It's almost like two paintings in one. I mean, that's a bargain. Folks, if you're gonna cast a ballot to own any of these paintings, cast a ballot here, because you are getting the left painting here, which is so intriguing and interesting, in perfect harmony with the second half. So cool. Very cool. I was not expecting the use of that bright green. This is so neat and a little eerie. This person seems to be constrained, seems to be withheld beyond a film. Will they escape? Will they be brought to liberation in the final moments of this round at Art Battle? Time will tell. Time will tell. The grass. I get it. I get it. Back with the wild card. We're talking with George here, and he's got a message to us, folks. He says, the grass. You know what he's talking about. I think we know what he's talking about. He's talking about that legal grass. Oh, I'm just getting in a message that, in fact, perhaps that's not what he meant. He was referring to the analogy, the grass is always greener on the other side. That makes a lot of sense as well. Well, whatever it is, I love it. And speaking of love, mi amor, we're back with wildcard number 2. This is Sonics, bringing us a sonic boom on this canvas. What a fun piece. And it's also so exciting to know that Frankie will be painting all through the next round as well. So there's still so much that gets to take shape and unfold before our eyes here at Art Battle London with Frankie's piece of work here. Everybody else, though, is limited to a 20-minute round to create a masterpiece that will wow and delight the crowd, winning them the votes that will send them on to the final round. It's the final countdown. Do-do-do-do. Ba-da-da-da-da. Anyway, excuse me. We are back with Violet here. Again, electricity. Wow, wow, wow. I am full of wow, and I just can't hide it. Get your votes in, folks. If you are in as much wow as I am, then express it with your, democratic right to cast the vote at artbattle.com/AB2469. Who is your favorite painter this round? Maybe it's the painter, maybe it's the painting itself. You get to decide. You have the right to use your vote as you want, and every vote counts, so make sure you get it in. Back with our friend here. His name tag says Tum Tum. Toma. Okay, he goes by Tum Tum, perhaps. That's a nice nickname. I get it. Awesome painting. Awesome crowd. Awesome brew. Signature brew. That's right, folks. We are here live tonight at Brickworks Brewery in London. Looks like a great venue, and what a unique venue to be holding this fantastic competitive painting event tonight. Oh yes, indeed. Art Battle is a one-of-a-kind competition where you get to see artists in blood-curdling battle. Duel it out for glory. And there shall only be one winner. It does look like the artists have stepped away from their canvases. I think the round is done, folks. I admit I don't have a timer, so I'm a little blind, but it does look like the painters have stopped. I think we're done with this round, folks. Wow, wow, wow. What a round it was. Such a range of artists bringing quite the range of subject matter. Really quite a spectacle to see, folks. And I hope you have enjoyed the event, this round, as much as I have. Be sure to cast your votes. Be sure to participate in the auction if you would like to take home any of these pieces of work. Yes, indeed, they could be yours. Sonic's here. Brava. Brava. Back with Frankie. What an epic night of live painting. So much talent, so many evocative images, so many unique styles. We've seen a lot of pen work tonight so far. What will the third round hold? Who will be sent forth? Well, folks, it depends on you and your votes, so get them in. And we shall see you very soon on the third round. Stay tuned, folks. We'll be right back. My name is Tyson Cody. And by the way, if you like what I'm doing and you want to stay in touch, you can hit me up on Instagram, Tyson Cody. That's COADY @gmail.com. It is a pleasure to have you here. And thank you so much for tuning in. We'll be right back. So stay tuned. Don't go anywhere.
Speaking of champions, Frankie Curtis, give it up for Frankie Curtis. Frankie Curtis has been diligently doodling throughout the evening a methodical, colorful piece, which is available for auction tonight. As you can also see, she has also doodled all over her jumpsuit, which is a vibe. I hope you like her work, and I hope it hasn't been too confusing that we put her in the middle. We just didn't want to put our champion in the corner. Give it up for Frankie. Okay, so I'm going to tell you a little bit about our top four. Again, just a reminder. So, on easel number 1, we have Lee Hybrid Desire. Lee has vowed us their portraiture in the first round, and we are excited to see what they're going to do in the second one. Sometimes our artists come prepared, thinking they might get through, sometimes they don't. Let's see what happens. Give it up for Lee HD! On easel number 2, number one, but what are they going to do this time? Exciting stuff. On easel number 3, we have Thomas McDermott. All right. So Thomas in our last round painted one of our fellow contestants' violets, if you didn't realize. So that was going to be quite interesting to have. We don't normally have, no, we haven't so far had an artist paint a member of the audience or a fellow artist, and that was really exciting to see. Give it up for Thomas McDermott! And on easel number 4, we have Daniela Armijoy! Daniela's feeling a little under the weather, so give us all the support, give us the biggest cheer of the house for Daniela! All right, are we ready for a little countdown? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let's paint!
Well, folks, we are back in action for the third and final round of Art Battle here in London, UK. Can you believe it? This is so exciting to see, and we are here with Lee HD, back for more action in this final round. What will she depict? She brought out that fantastic portrait from the first round with amazing color scheme and amazing textures and sort of comic book influences almost. Can't wait to see what she comes up with. And I believe this is the wild card from the first round. Yes. Abby. Starting off with a familiar composition, not unlike what we had in the first round, but just the gestural framework of a composition can't dictate exactly what will transpire, and time will tell. Let's see what happens with these artists' works. And we are back with Tomas, who had thrown me off in his last round where he had on his name Tom Tom. So here we are with Tomas, starting again with that similar etching, gestural drawing style, getting out the form of what appears to be a person in the top right. Vibes look incredible there tonight at the Brickworks Brewery. And thank you again, everybody who has stuck around for the live stream, who is tuning in from home or wherever it is that you may be tuning in from. Maybe it's at work that you are secretly watching because you just can't get enough of this competitive painting action. To the orange void where a structured figure is emerging. Back with Frankie. Again, so cool to see this long format painting unfold. Frankie is the featured artist tonight and has had the opportunity to create this work of art before our eyes since even before the competition started. So we've got another 20 minutes or so, or probably about 17 minutes left or so of this round, and it'll be so cool to see how Frankie's work evolves as well. Back with Lee HD, another referenced image on Lee HD's phone there. And always so cool to see the way that these artists approach their canvases. Some creating works straight from the imagination, and some paying meticulous attention to detail to capture the likeness of perhaps a loved one, perhaps a friend, perhaps a random person from the internet. Perhaps we'll never know. But what we can know, folks, is that Lee HD comes up with some beautiful works of arts. And if you like her piece this round, you should absolutely vote for her. And vote for any artist that you think has stood out tonight in this final round of Art Battle London. Wow, this is so cool. Addie has really gone into that same erotic imagery and the powerful spikes on the head, what appears to be some sort of helmet with ears or spikes. Very cool. Back with Tomas. So much life already etched into this canvas. And I'm seeing two faces. One large face taking up the middle of the composition, and then a second face up in the top right hemisphere. Very intriguing composition. Absolutely drawing in the audience. Oh, looks like he dropped his paintbrush. That could have been a strategy, though. We'll never know.
Exciting stuff. 15 minutes to go. You can vote already.
Back with Daniela. This is very intriguing. We've got a bust in gold and a circling, swirling vortex of orange, drawing in the audience, drawing in the viewers at home to wonder what is being portrayed, what is the emotion. And folks, you can also engage with us online and drop in the comments what you will think. What are your predictions about these paintings? And furthermore, folks, these paintings could be yours. You could be the proud owner of these paintings and have them hung on your living room, in your den, in your office, in your dungeon, who knows? Have it in your garage, have it in your sewing workshop, have it in your yoga studio. These pieces of work could be yours, so be sure to cast your ballots. Cast your bids in the auction at artbattle.com/AB2469. And that's also where you're going to cast your votes. Lee HD. Coming in hot, coming in HD, high definition. With a compelling portrait. Love the way she's navigated the facial hair. But stay tuned, folks. We will get this rectified and be right back with you in a brief moment. And here we are, just like that. Now, this is so cool because Addie initially painted the figure nude, but now has painted clothing on top of it, on top of the figure in such a cool way, creating a little bit of translucence to the fabric, which is a really sophisticated technique. And we're back to the bird's eye view here, folks. And popping back, nice and close range, still on Addie, watching her work feverishly, etching lines and texture onto the long gloves of this anamorphic creature. What appears to be half human, half fox. Really captures the imagination, folks. And I think that's what's so exciting to see is when artists step up to the stage and they come up with something that draws in the viewer, that stimulates the imagination and makes you really just captivated by the emerging shapes and creatures and characters that for a brief moment of time we get to know and become intimate with. Though I'd be tentative to become intimate with a half fox, but that's a whole other matter. And here we are back with Tomas. Very cool, awesome execution of the composition. So much life and so much texture going on with these splashings of color on the canvas. Love the geometric line work as well of the portrait of the face. Creates some structure and also a bit of a sense of tension, because the grid work creates a sense of order against which all of the chaotic spatterings of paint sort of juxtapose. Daniela, flowers emerging from the bust. So cool. Such a splash of color and a demonstration of beautiful femininity. Loving the effect that the dark shadow and contour being added right now. It's really emphasizing the main structures of the composition. Because as you can see, the entire canvas is comprised of these smaller figures, mashed, limb to limb, hip to hip, head to hip, the whole 9 yards. And so it's very innovative to kind of use many individual creatures as the building blocks for the larger creature, which, now that I think about it, isn't so different from our very selves, as we are all just built of smaller microorganisms. But I digress. Back we are with Lee HD splashing on some exciting colors. Did not expect this, but why should I be surprised? We saw her in the first round, and brought a beautiful color palette as well. So exciting to see another out of the box color palette here, to see the ear in a sort of an orange and the face in a pink. We are on a ride, folks, and that is exactly what is so exciting about Art Battle, and we are here this very day in London, UK. This is so cool. Damn, love the blue color scheme. Such a bold choice to tie in a similar blue to the background instead of going for a contrasting color. If you like blue, you are gonna love this piece. And if you love half human, half foxes, then you are gonna love this piece. I'm realizing it might just be a mask. Okay, it could just be a mask. What do you think, folks? Leave your comments in the comments. Aka Tum Tum. Wow. So cool. So lots of dark hues being used here. And now he's just blotting on paint with the entire paint containers, and his hands are right in there as well. This is something you don't get to fully appreciate when you just look at a work of art that's been finished, is that the ways that the artist may have conjured the work can be unconventional, they can be very messy, they can be kind of wild, and that's what we're seeing right now from Thomas. Putting his whole hands up in that painting. Back to the brush. He's not playing by the rules. Daniela, expanding on the flower theme. Love the flowers and the vortex motif right now. Big fan. Very cool to see. Loving the progressions. And still we have some time in this round, so, we shall see what maneuvers these artists pull out in their final moments. And, a lot can change. A lot can change, so stay tuned, folks, because we're soon going to be seeing the final products. Love the yellow. Yes. Bam.
5 minutes left. 5 minutes left.
Lee HD.
Brushes down and how our masterpiece is complete.
I think the HD might just stand for highly dope, because this is quite dope.
Shout out to everyone.
Yes, it is, folks. Well, that's my personal opinion, and you all may have a different opinion, but you have the right and the power to vote. So be sure to tune on over to artbattle.com/AB2469 and cast your vote for this final round of Art Battle London. Yes, indeed. The excitement is not done yet. The round is still going, and these artists are battling with all of their might to bring you a sense of delight. And delight is just that. What I'm feeling now, looking at this very cool individual in a beautiful blue dress and a fox mask. And what's so cool about this is that Addie has now added some writing on the canvas. I can't quite detect what it says at the moment, but I love the way that it has popped off the stage or off of the canvas. And the introduction of the words both adds texture, it adds definition to the composition, and additionally, whatever it is those words say, inherently will either resonate with the viewer or they won't. And that's the risk that she's taken here. Addie has chosen to put some words on there, counting on the majority of the crowd who is there present tonight at Brickworks Brewery, that those words will resonate them and will win her some votes. We shall see. And come off, bringing us a very entertaining performance. Paint all over his hands, and all over the canvas where it counts, because he has done a wonderful portrait of a woman in blue and some wide-rimmed glasses, it appears. Very stylish, very cool. Would look great on a wall. If you've got a wall at home that you're thinking, shoot, I need to get this piece of work on my wall ASAP. Oh no, it's in London. How is this going to happen? Well, folks, it's quite simple. All you got to do is cast your bid at artbattle.com/AB2469. Participate in the online auction, and you could be the proud owner of one of these works of art. And we will ship it to you. We will ship it to you. Trains, planes, and automobiles to get this piece of art on your wall. And this here, beautiful piece of work by Daniela, could also be yours. This awesome flower-laden vortex. And look at the drippage that has been added from the torso. Very cool. Awesome range of textures and imagery. Back with Frankie. Super cool comic book-esque style. Love the cartoon creature that we're seeing here. I imagine their name would be something like Blorp.
1 minute left, just 1 minute.
Or like Goober. What do you think, folks? What would you name this creature? I mean, this creature made of smaller creatures. Dorp. Zinker. I don't know. Oh my gosh. Awesome message there. And talk about choosing words that will resonate or not resonate. Lee HD has made a bold choice here in the final moments of this third round to pair this beautifully vibrant portrait with an amazing color scheme and an amazing execution of these lines and textures, paired with a message for our times, and a message that Lee HD must believe and is bringing to you now. So cast your votes. Which artist has executed a piece of work, who has communicated a message that resonates, who has demonstrated technique and execution? It's up to you, folks. You at home tuning in live, and we do thank you so much for tuning in to this art battle. My name is Tyson Cody, and we can stay in touch if you like. You can follow me on Instagram at Tyson Cody. at Instagram. It's been a blast, folks, and we will soon find out who it is that has won Art Battle London. It is April 29th. The year is 2023. It's Saturday. Well, actually, time change might have it different, but I'm tuning in from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, and it is so great to be sort of a fly on the wall watching this screen, talking about these amazing artists. This is such a cool composition. Lots of word use as well. Like, there's similarities between these works that is very cool to kind of tune into, considering the artists are not at all paying attention to what the other artists are doing. So when you see things like lots of pen work used by multiple artists, or lots of word play or word work added into these works, it's just interesting to watch as an audience. And folks, we will be back momentarily with the announcement of the winner, so do stay tuned, and thank you so much for tuning in. We'll be back with you in a moment to announce the winner. Thank you for watching Art Battle London.
The winner of the
Go in there and buy one.
is Lee H.
Testing. So this year I decided to go part-time with my job and put my foot in my artwork, and I'm here. So
thank you all for coming. Lee's going to be the featured artist at our next event, and we'll be painting live for a few hours. If you've been bidding on some paintings tonight, we're going to bring all these 4 paintings to that area so that my lovely colleagues, Lucifer, put your hand up, give a wave, woohoo, and a beautiful, tall, skinny gentleman called Philip, who happens to be my boyfriend, will help you get your payments in and collect your pieces or arrange delivery. This is something that they will help us out with, all right? So, if you are waiting on the outcome of your bids, stay around, you'll get a notification, and when you've got a notification, if you want your piece, head over in that direction where the photo booth was. All right, thank you all for coming.
What a night it has been. Thank you everybody again who tuned in from home to watch this fantastic event. And so great to see Lee HD taking the win. So exciting to see. She seemed super pumped, as anyone would be. And my oh my, were her paintings fantastic. So clearly she hit the mark, dazzled the crowd, and collected all of the votes that she needed to take it home to victory. Thank you again, everybody, for tuning in. It has been a pleasure chatting with you all and providing commentary for this amazing live painting event, Art Battle London, UK. My name is Tyson Cody. Thank you sincerely for listening and for watching. We'll catch you next time, and you can follow me on Instagram at Tyson Cody. Bye-bye for now. Thanks for your time, everybody. I love you. I just love you.